Hey, how goes it? Ken Bozak from the BitcoinPodcast.com, here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And as always, I'm with my co-host, John Crothers, aka Cryptotherapy. John, I just realized I don't have my hat on and I feel naked. I need a hat.
Okay.
Oh, you're fucking up. You got a hat right there dangling above you.
Ah, no, I wore that to the gym. It has to dry. Hat. I have a hat. Sorry about the nudity.
You gotta hide
I
that
did
bald
not-
spot, you know?
Yeah, that bald spot. Sorry for the brief nudity. I know YouTube doesn't like that. They yelled at me earlier about that bubble bath video. Yo, we got a couple guys in the chat already. Jordan Voorhees, Skeeve, Skive, Clive. How goes it? DJ Meat Popsicle. What's up, Truth Monster? I like that. Truth Monster. What up, fags? What's going on, Mark, Roland, Joseph, Joe, Thunder? Is it Thunder from Down Under? Harry, what's going on, guys? All right, so tonight for Token Talk, we're going to be talking about Civic, CVC. It actually came across my interest when I seen it on Jax, and then I Googled it and checked it out on CoinMarketCap, and then I checked out their website. And then I saw that Vinny, I can never remember his last name, Liam, something. Somebody give me Vinny's last name. I know you know who I'm talking about. I saw that he was a part of it, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm in. Let's do this. So I bought some of it, and I think that it's interesting. I wanted to let everybody know that I do have some. John, did you ever grab any of this?
No, you told me too late, man.
I should have told you when I bought it, not after I bought it. What am I, some kind of shill?
Right. I saw, like, it just clicked with me a little bit ago that it was on Jack's wallet. But other than seeing it on Jack's wallet, that's as far as I knew. And this was my first time actually reading and seeing what it was all about, you know?
Yeah. I do have a video actually for it. I just wanted to go ahead and check out that chart. Look at that chart from day one to now. Less than a penny to a little over 60 cents. That's pretty quick. I'd be a little concerned about long term. This would probably come down a little bit, maybe a buying opportunity soon, or for the hell all I know, it may take off. I do have a video preloaded and ready to go for once. Thinking
Roll
ahead.
film.
Yeah.
As the world transitions from the physical to the digital, having a secure and simple way to manage your identity is more important than ever. That's why Civic created the Secure Identity Platform. It's a bit like a digital wallet that bridges your physical and cyber credentials. To see how it works, let's meet Janice. Janice is going on a trip, and she needs to identify herself several times along the way, starting with the purchase of a plane ticket. Janice's travel booking service is a Civic business partner, so they simply send Janice a QR code to request her information. Janice provides the requested information directly from her mobile device, where that information is stored fully encrypted. Now Janice can use that same device to verify her identity at the airport check-in counter, at the security check, and when she gets to her hotel, using her fingerprint each time to prove that she is the owner of that data. No username or password required. This voluntary exchange of data happens directly between Janice and any organization that requests her information, like a hotel or a bank. When there is a request for additional data, it gets added to her Civic app, and she builds up trust in her digital identity. Each organization receiving her data independently validates her identity on the blockchain. That means Janice's information is trusted, and she can have the low-friction experience she deserves. Contact the Civic team to learn how you or your business can.
You had me at low friction, baby. So, guess what I did, John?
Hey.
I went ahead and got the app. I checked it out, and
Oh,
the app's
let's
pretty
not
cool.
do that.
It's so cool. So I take my fingery print, and I can't do it on film because I'm pretty sure, yeah, it would have gave you my info because it's displayed there. But I got the app, and it right now holds my phone number and email address. I believe soon it will be like driver's license, stuff like that. And maybe eventually you can go to the liquor store or like your convenience store, and they'll be like, oh, let me see your ID for, I want cigarettes and I want a 40 ounce. And they're like, okay, give me your ID, kid. And you're just like, boop. You scan a QR code, and it's like, it's him, because you have to use your fingerprint to validate that it's you, so you can't be borrowing your dad's phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dennis! Whoa, Dennis Kirk sent us a $5 super chat. $5 from the down under. Thank you, brother.
$5 full on. But yeah, you'll be like me and be a cheap ass and not have a thumbprint on mine.
Well, every phone will have thumbprints eventually. I mean, the companies that make these phones, they love having that information, so they're going to put it on everything. I mean, sooner or later, with the way Amazon is working with these doors that unlock to only Amazon delivery drivers and stuff like that, eventually your doorknob's just going to have your fingerprint on it. And everybody who just touches that doorknob, that fingerprint will be scanned. Even if it's unknown, it'll be documented and locked away forever. So, I mean, I think fingerprint, retina, facial recognition, all those things are the future ways we're going to be interacting with terminals, and we're going to get farther and farther away from like those magnetic strips and signatures that mean absolutely nothing. I love when people are like at my business, I do almost always ask for signatures on the receipt, but once in a while somebody will buy something for like $5, $10, and I'll be like, all right, have a day, and they'll be like, you should ask me to sign for that, and I was like, you're right, here you go. I'm thinking in my head, like, you really think that means anything? Like, if somebody stole your shit, they're going to sign whatever. They can sign fuck you. They're still going to get the stuff. Your credit card's insured because how often that happens.
I draw dicks instead of sign my name.
You do what? My girlfriend said she draws dicks instead of signing her name. I've been with you forever, and I just learned this.
When do I ever use my money?
True.
But, the thing is, like this is cool, having the identity, your identity up on the blockchain and everything. But like, where does the token come into play? Do you have to have the token in order to? Do you have to have it to play, or what?
I haven't seen that tie-in. Let's go back to the website real quick. I had somebody ask me, will Civic go up more soon? Jordan Voorhees. I don't know. This is speculation, so anybody that's going to tell... You know what? Yeah, don't buy it yet. John didn't get a chance to buy, so no, it won't.
yeah, wait for me to buy, but here's the thing. Like, if you're trying to figure out if any coin is ever going to go up or down, you ask the question and then ask Google to flip a coin. All right? And whatever it lands, if it lands on heads, it's going up. If it lands on tails, it's going down. That's how you know.
No, that's solid trading advice right there.
Like a weird echo. Like you're saying it, and then your body moves and you say it again. So like being heard. I don't know. Shut up, you. So I don't know if it's.
It might be because John still doesn't have headphones in, so his microphone might be picking me up. Sorry, I'm hearing an echo on our end.
Yeah, it sounds something like that.
Are you serial? Hold on. Let me turn my thing down.
So I'm trying to figure this out. Security identity platform. I do like the idea of it, but you're right. I don't see exactly how the coin comes into play. Anybody in the comments, would you care to add, if you are aware how Civic CVC comes into play when you're a token holder, how this platform is supposed to bring value to said token? I don't see how. We'll figure it out. Oh, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and start our first story?
That's better.
Satoshi cycle.
Yeah. Let's see here. Interest in Bitcoin rises price, which raises interest. Makes sense, though. As it gets more popular, people are like, oh, let me Google that.
Yeah, but it's like a chicken and the egg
Then people buy
situation.
in, and then the price goes up.
Does the price go up and then Google goes up, or is it like people are searching about Bitcoin on Google and then it goes up?
I don't know. It's like a chicken and the egg thing. Which one came first?
Motherfucker, I just said that.
Bitcoin price rises. It comes out of the shadows with more people Googling the digital currency. And from that rise in interest, the price seems to rise again, and so on and so on, in what has been coined the Satoshi cycle. Chris Berniski, a Bitcoin expert who was previously a blockchain analyst at ARK Invest, has noted a high correlation between Bitcoin price and Google search trends for the word Bitcoin. A virtuous Satoshi cycle. In a series of tweets, Berniski theorized that when Bitcoin price spikes, it also drives the interest of the digital currency up, and then that further interest perpetuates as it again drives the price up, something he joked was a virtuous Satoshi cycle. Bitcoin hit a record high of $4,483.55 on Wednesday, and at the same time, the search for Bitcoin was also at its all-time high. In contrast, August has also been a drop-off of searches for the word Ethereum in terms of popularity in Google. I remember that when they were saying that Ethereum was highly Googled. Could also be signs of a small bubble. While there are many, including traditional investors, who believe Bitcoin is on its way to a seemingly unlimited upside, Bernitsky disputes this, saying that when Bitcoin has doubled its price in 30 days, 6 times previously, there's always been a drop-off. A virtuous Satoshi cycle can overheat, though, as Google's search activity divorces from its tight tango in Bitcoin's price, he tweeted earlier this week. After every bubble, there's a crash, he tweeted, also noting that some of those crashes were as big as 90%, but at the same time, those were very different Bitcoin markets. Thin liquidity, fragile exchanges, and fraction of the users and investors added to big crashes, but the change in the Bitcoin ecosystem is something he's suggested could limit downside in the event of another sharp downtrend.
That would be scary as shit.
I look forward to those drops. You know, right after like a huge rise that we just had, now it's coming back down just a little bit. Now it's trying to, find its little area or whatever. I look forward to these little, because then it's a time to buy. You get a little cheaper than what it was before. And plus, I find it a little easier to trade during these little time periods.
Yeah, but the volatility that we're seeing, that percentage down, percentage up, that is going to get smaller and smaller and start to close in and consolidate to a less volatile market, because we're getting more and more people involved as we get our mom, dad, and everybody else Bitcoin. They're holding it. They're not trading it. The volatility, because more and more people are holding, will be less and less over time. So I think when you see Bitcoin go down to, 3,800, 3,600 not too long ago, that was a serious buying opportunity, and now we're already back to 4,400 almost. And that's going to happen, but I don't think that we're going to see $1,000 drops and $1,500 pumps. I think it's going to get smaller and tighter.
Yeah, because people take profits and everything, but like me, I'm getting more and more frugal with it, and I'm not wanting to let it go. So more people probably have the same mindset, and they're going to be holding on to it as it becomes more and more valuable.
Exactly. We had somebody say the altcoins will get stronger against Bitcoin when we get closer to November. I don't believe that to be the case. It may appear that way. It may look like that, but that won't be exactly how it will go down. I don't believe. The November fork is probably what that person's banking on, and that's a totally different situation than what we were just previously in when it comes to forks. This is planned upon, agreed upon, shaking hands, and I believe it'll go swimmingly. But
yeah.
I wouldn't
Seems like every
bank
time
on it.
there's a roadblock. Seems like every time there's some kind of gear or wrench thrown in the gears for Bitcoin or everything, Bitcoin always comes through and prospers, so.
Well, we got 60 live viewers, and we're not too far from our nightly giveaway, so we'll see what happens. All right, so here is the other article. I tried to check this out ahead of time. I did not get a chance, really, because Cointelegraph's website kept crashing on me. Bitcoin is currently worth $4,326.87. Bitcoin Cash is currently worth $298.32. Ethereum is finally over $300 by 64 cents. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. As long as it stays over 300, I can sleep easy. Although I would like Ethereum to come back down to the hundreds, because I have a few I have to buy back.
You want that car?
Yeah, I bought a car with Ethereum. I paid my insurance off with Ethereum. I registered and got the title transfer with Ethereum. So Vitalik pretty much hooked me up with a car.
Yeah.
I'll take it. All right, guys. I am not an old timer, so I'm not 100% sure who this person is, but ask any old timer and you'll find that masterluc, I guess that's masterluc, that's what I'm going to call him, is something of a legend in the Bitcoin community. His main claim to fame is that he called the top of the November 2013 Bitcoin bubble and the subsequent bear market. On December 6th, with the price at 1,100, he said, and I quote, "Third day in a row I wake up, see charts and ask myself, is this the end? And third day in a row, answer is yes. End of the first historical bullish trend, 2010 to 2013, end quote." All right, so the guy can call things. He's like that chick from The Matrix. There is no spoon.
There we go. So, is this better for you? Do I fit in the show now?
There you go. There you go. I was wondering what was going on. Something like distracted me. I couldn't tell what it was. It was your camera moved, right?
No, I put headphones on.
Oh, you got headphones on. See, I was reading. Stuff happened. Anyway. Multi-year bear market. If that's not impressive enough, masterluc predicted a multi-year bear market 2 days prior, despite the price at the time, $1,240, being an all-time high. He wrote, of course, thanks Satoshi and community, but I am still here. Next entering point for me is in 2016, 2017. Dude, that's when I got in. Sweet. I didn't know I was like following the path of the chosen one, but apparently I could be fucking Neo if this was the story. Just in case.
Did you get in? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. This is the John Crother show. No, what's up, dude?
But when you got in, right, you had that 2 year bear market. Were you hesitant at all? Like, oh shit! Every time I buy it keeps going down.
Not really.
Or was it not long enough?
No, I got in at like 400 and something, and it crashed down a little bit to like low 400s to the high 300s, and I was like, oh, I didn't buy any then, and then it went over 500, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be worried, I shouldn't be worried. If I'm using money I'm worried about, forget it, right? So I just started buying it, and it passed $1,200, and I'm still buying it, and a lot of people were telling me I was like, kind of not thinking right, I should sell and take profit. And I kept buying it, and I'm still buying it, and people are still telling me I should take profit.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. I'm only kidding, John. Just in case there was any doubt about his prediction, he reiterated. I love that word. That is probably one of my favorite words in vocabulary. Reiterate it. But you have to use it like reiterate it verbatim. That's my favorite, it's my favorite pair of words. On January 31st, 2014, I gotta stop segueing. I'm like distracting myself. I see price failing, leaving daily BB borders for too long time. This makes me think that price may enter, what's that? Stagnation? Okay, flatlining. Like it was January-May 2012, but for a larger period of time, probably till next reward halving like it was in 2012. Boss lady distracted me. Let me see. Did you cash out your Ethereum to pay for your car insurance, or did they take crypto? Boss lady, I actually had to use my BitPay card, and I used Changely. So I went on Changely. I used my Ethereum, sold it for Bitcoin, sent the Bitcoin to my BitPay, and then I used the BitPay card. So that was my process. I could have used my Shift Payments card, but I have a limit on it, and I don't want to adjust it, and I didn't want to use Coinbase for that, so there's that. But no, they did not accept crypto. I asked. I definitely asked. Not just lucky. In case there were any, in case there are any who think he might have gotten lucky, consider that he called the end of 2013 bubble back in March of that year. 9 months before the bubble peaked, masterluc posted the following chart on the Bitcoin Talk forums. Okay. Oh, okay. You see that chart, dude? Nailed it.
No, I can't help you out on this one. Cointelegraph's not working for me on this article.
Come on, Cointelegraph. Too many people.
Get a 502 error.
Yeah, too many people, man.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to read these articles. Helen Jenkins said, Crothers, I hit you up with a donation to your BitPay again. That is awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate that. That's
cool.
Yeah, that's bigly huge. Fucking, I put that up there. I put that up there in my video as a joke. And Helen and the Coin Alley hit me up with some donations, and I never asked for donations, but I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me.
I always ask for donations, and I have a BitPay video. I don't know if I put my BitPay wallet though in the video, but if I did, you can send me Bitcoin.
and I meant to give you a shout out, Helen, in that video, but I have another supporter named Henrik, and the two H's I got mixed up in my head when I was doing the recording. So I'm sorry that I said the wrong name, but I put in the text there. So thank you for that.
Zero to cash. That's really weird, man. If you sold $100 of Bitcoin and was charged $117. That's really weird. I would definitely call customer support, which I have done before, and BitPay customer support does answer the phone. There's an actual person you can talk to, so definitely give them a call. Anyway, I want to get back to the article. I'm going to skip by a couple of this because it gets a little long. I'll head down to Crystal Ball. masterluc now predicts that Bitcoin will reach $15,000 before the end of this year. Holy fuck, that is a lot more than I thought. What's more, he believes that Bitcoin will reach a price of $40,000 to $110,000 by the end of this bull run. He gives a time frame of 2019 for that price target. Yo, I'm telling you right now, if one Bitcoin goes to $100,000, Kenny buying a house.
Yeah.
I will hold Bitcoin for sure. But if I can get a house, I'm getting some real estate. Like that be happening. Anyway, while these numbers seem obviously that's the tongue twister. I can't say those words back to back. It's just going to mess my tongue up. Many traders have noted that the recent bubble doesn't seem so bubbly after all. It's not in a bubble. This is adoption, not in a bubble. Bitcoin has not yet gone parabolic as it did at the end of previous bubble cycles. No guarantees, of course, as any investing prospects will tell you. Past performance is no guarantee of future gains. It remains to be seen if masterluc is correct in his predictions. If and it's a big if he is correct. There are going to be a lot more Bitcoin millionaires by 2019. Hells yeah. What up, the Coin Alley? Imagine if John Crothers took his shirt off. The donations would come through the roof. All right, John. Do it. Peer pressure. Is your chest as bald as your head?
No. Actually, all of my hair fell off onto my face and on my chest.
Oh,
that's
shit.
What happened. Yeah.
You should do handstands and maybe it'll fall back like a willy woolly or woolly willy.
That's what I tried. I even tried Propecia trying to reverse it, but no.
What?
Nothing.
But Bitcoin is math, and math is everything. Correct. So, did we hit our goal for our Litecoin giveaway? That would be really cool if we got 100 live viewers.
The criteria is an or statement, right? 100
Yeah.
live viewers or 50 likes.
Yes, or I was just hoping for 100 live viewers. That would be great. But anyway, I don't know this guy, but $15,000 per Bitcoin by the end of this year, that is... I don't know, man. I mean, maybe. Anything's possible, right?
What is it?
5,000 is my thing. I think 5,000. It'll keep fluctuating.
When did John McAfee say that it was going to hit 500,000?
2020, by the next halvening. Or
Oh,
after
20,
the
oh
next
okay.
halvening.
Okay. I was just saying, man, I bet you he's hoping that he's undershooting there.
I mean, at this rate, he probably, he might be. What did he say? Oh, actually, no, he said 110,000 at the most by 2019. So John McAfee's probably like, fuck this dude.
Yeah, right. I don't want to eat my dick on live TV.
The 21 Million Club said that you should try Miracle Grow, and that would be hilarious, because if you grew daisies out of your head, you would have to go to a gardener instead of a barber.
Well, I've actually been thinking, like, maybe if I eat vegetables that I grew with Miracle Grow, then maybe it'll translate into this, but it hasn't happened yet.
sort of like a GMO hair treatment.
And someone said Rogaine, and Rogaine, no joke, I actually tried and it made it fall out faster. And it said on the bottle, like, oh, it's gonna make it fall out real quick, you know, but it'll come back thicker, and it never did. That's a fucking lie, okay?
Oh,
Rogaine's
shit.
a joke.
That sucks.
So I just embraced the baldness and just went with Dollar Shave Club. So that's what helped.
Dollar Shave Club. Yeah, I mean, dude, you look good bald, man. So it's at least you don't have like a wonky head, like you were hit with a bat or something as a kid, like little Nicky.
Yeah, I was afraid
Or a
that I was
shovel.
gonna have the head for it, but turns out I actually look better with a bald head than what I did when I had hair.
Well, that's what's up. Hey, we're actually at our mark. Let's go ahead and introduce our guest, Brent Simpson. Hey, Brent, what's up, man?
What up?
Yo,
How goes it,
there we
brother?
go. Hell, guy, like that shirt. I accept Bitcoin.
Except Bitcoin. I do too. I take it for jobs.
That's awesome. Have you received much payment for your jobs in crypto?
Unfortunately, no. I got one client one time. He paid 0.1 Bitcoin, and that was it. So, but I'm always open for it, anytime.
How long ago did you get that 0.1 Bitcoin, though?
Let's see. That was about 3 months ago, and I just rebuilt the server for him. So that was kind of like a partial payment for it.
Okay, well that's
Oh, so you're doing computer
solid
work.
investment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you do computer work like for a day job or?
Yes, yeah. My business is Mr. PC Fixer. It's just me, myself, and I. I've been doing it for about 20 years total in the whole game by myself, 8 years. I started getting into crypto, though, about 7-8 months ago. Actually, 9 months ago now. 9 months. But
Why don't you go
yeah,
ahead
that's
and
kind of
give
like
us that
changed my whole
origin
direction.
story?
You know? Let's see. I've been doing crypto for nine months total. I spent a good 3 months studying Forex, Dow traders, people who are in the market, before I invested a single penny. Once I had enough under my belt to say, okay, I'm comfortable depositing money now into this, it just overwhelmed my whole life. It's changed everything about what I do daily now, from just computer jobs to more of trading now. That's the direction I'm going to end up at. Totally. So
you're gonna go day trading for a living?
Eventually, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Well,
Fingers
me
crossed.
and John are looking for some handouts. You got any free information we can mooch off?
I have tons of information where I could
That's
fill up
my
your whole show, no
favorite
problem.
amount of information, by the way, is in the ton form.
Tons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I've got tons of information. I don't know how you want me to screen share, but I can start showing a couple of things of what I do. I've been trading Neo a lot lately. Everybody knows Neo.
Everybody should know Neo if they're on this show. I covered it back when it was, I think, $7 I don't tell people to buy. I never say buy this. I just say this is this and what it is, and we cover it real quick. And it's up to you to do the due diligence. But I usually talk about things I think are cool. But I don't always buy in. I actually only bought like 2 at that time, and then it went to $15.
I was talking to you about that, yeah.
Yeah, and I bought a bunch more when it doubled, and I told some people I bought more, and they're like, dude, it just doubled from when you bought in. I was like, yeah. Oh, you got the wrong mentality for this. Never mind. But if you wanted to share your screen, there should be a triple dot over there in your top right corner, and it should give you an option to share screen. And then from there, you'll see everything. So if you're going through your gallery, be careful.
Hold on a second. Let me take the porn sites down. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. All right, so what I've got, I'm just going to throw up a basic trade chart. These are the 3 indicators I wanted to share with mostly the people. Just so they can get an idea of how I make a basic trade. So hold on one second here. Share screen. There we go. Okay. There we go. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so since I can't see you guys, I'll just explain kind of what I do, finding the entry points. I tell everybody to do the same thing too, man. If you can see the MACD RSI and Stoch RSI, you guys probably want to Google that stuff and find out exactly what those things are. They're extremely important. They're the 3 indicators that I use religiously through every trade. It's not, you can't guess 100% of the time, but if you're right 2 out of 3, you're making money.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start at the bottom with the Stoch RSI. The oversold when below 30 range. This is the line I want to talk about. When you've got your chart up, I don't know if anybody's familiar with TradingView or if they got Coinigy or whatever, but I highly suggest using one of the 2. I love Coinigy. It's worth $20 a month. It's a great investment. But have these 3 indicators up on every chart you do. And if you're going to trade what's called the day trade, and again, I'm not an expert, kind of like Ken here. I'm not an expert. I'm still new to this stuff, so don't take everything I say as gospel. Just do your own research. But this is what I do. So these 3 indicators that are up, the Stoch, we'll start with that. The bottom arrow there, where it's the indicator point where the actual rise starts, this is your entry point. So if you got this chart up and you're looking at it, you see the dip, you can line everything up. You can see those 2 big candles right in the middle, the very top of the screen. You probably want to start your buy right about there, or start looking into buying right about there. Anything below that bottom line, that 25 indicator right there, that's where you want to start your entry point. Okay. So at that point, you just kind of take the ride. A lot of my trades will last anywhere from a minute. I've had them go a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Some of them will last 15 minutes. Some of them will last a day. Depends on how I want to go into it. But this trade right here lasted I think about an hour, at 12 to 13 area.
Hour and 15.
Yeah, so just start at the top. When your indicator starts pointing to that downward, let's see what this is. The Stoch RSI is overbought. When it's above 70, the downward trend starts on the RSI. That means as soon as it starts dipping, you're probably going to want to get on your keyboard and start pounding that sell button. Just sell, sell, sell. More than likely, you start running into a bear trend at that point, and then you're going to want to take your profits and get out. And if you do this consistently, if you can do this for 0.01 or 0.001 Bitcoin every try, you're going to do great. I mean, you can be wrong twice a day out of the 10 trades you make, you're good to go. The next indicator up, the RSI. The indicator is probably one of the most commonly used one. I think it's in everybody's, I think it's like the basic things that pop up. RSI is a great indicator of when things are being oversold or undersold, or the market's going flat. You can see the lines trending. If it goes above 70, that means it's being oversold, and you want to eventually probably take your profit right there. The RSI and the Stoch RSI are very similar to each other. The Stoch RSI is an actual, it takes the actual trending, the up and down, and merges them together to give you the Stoch. So again, there's a lot of stuff you guys gotta catch up on, but at least do those 3. The MACD, that's another one that some people use, some people don't. I've got a friend out there who's been using it and teaching me how to use it. It can break either up or down on your trend cycles, which means if you're in a trade, it can either go bullish or bearish. You just have to use it as one of the three indicators to make a trade. So just rely on that as one piece of information out of the three. But at that point, between those three things, that's really all I do. I mean, everybody makes it sound like it's the hardest thing in the world, but if you can do your basic research and figure out these three things and try them, do it with small trades, very small trades like 0.01. If you can turn that 0.01 into 0.02, you're doing good. You do that 20 times a day, and make sure it's a stock or make sure it's a coin that it's worth a shit. Don't just get into some brand new coin just because it starts pumping on the market and you see, the whole FOMO buy shit starts. You want to wait until it starts forming trend lines. See those little the hikes and valleys, the peaks and valleys. Once those start forming, it gets real repetitive, and you can start predicting your market a lot more at that point.
Now, you said that some you'll have for a minute, some you'll have, this one down here was like an hour and 15, and some for a day. What are some signals? What are some signals that you could use, or what would you would signal you to maybe pull out early? If it does take a day, what would change your opinion on the trade? What would have you go, all right, you know what? It may never get up there. I should probably get out of this now, maybe find something else. What would make you change the trade? What would make you short out and just bail on it?
That's a good question, and it's usually when I fuck up. And what I mean by that is I've left the trading that some people like to set up stops, and if I'm day trading, I don't like to set up a stop to take a loss in something that I know, like Neo. The market's it's one of those things that you believe in it so much, it's going to go somewhere eventually anyway. So you're going to take that ride for the long and short term if possible. But anyway, so yeah, it's when I fuck up. If I fuck up and it put in a buy too high and it starts to dip, like I just did that, I will just wait, and I will wait some more until it comes close to, or if there's some signs in there saying, hey, if some bad news comes out, I'll dip out. But
you can stop
I take Neo for
your
routes.
screen if you want. We can't see you.
Oh.
There you go.
There we go.
Sorry.
See, I'm a new guy, man. I don't know this shit.
Crushing it so far, man. So with your trading, did you come into this with any pre-experience in traditional trading, or was this this is Bitcoin? Oh shit, this is a crypto exchange. Oh shit, look at me, I'm good at this.
No, I started off by buying Ethereum like you did, and I bought a bunch of Ethereum. I was in at that point when it was on Coinbase and it just hit it. I was buying Bitcoin to send to a card site, America's Card Room, because that's all they took. And then this new thing popped up, said Ethereum, and I was like, well, what the hell is this? And I said, oh, it's worth $5. I said, oh, okay, I'll buy a couple of those. So then I bought a couple, and I found out what Ethereum was, and then I started thinking crypto at that point. And then I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to invest in crypto, I'm going to do my research first. And I did, and I made, like I said, almost 3 months total before I put any more money into it than that. But at that point, Ethereum had jumped to I think $10, $11. And I was like, you can make money just doing this, just holding Ethereum. And I was like, because I doubled my money. And I'm like, well, what the hell? I didn't understand any of it. And then I jumped into the full-on swing. I read up on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then Ethereum started pumping probably a month after that. It went up to 50, and I had sold it at 20, and I got mad. And then I was like, shit, I'll just buy back in. I bought back in. And I think at one point I had 180 Ethereum, and then it exploded. And then that was literally, at that point, that was my first investment into going, okay, this shit's real. I can make some money. And if I can day trade it, I can make a lot more. So that was my whole point, was just to make more Bitcoin, more crypto. And that's where it started.
And when you place your buys and sells, are you buying and selling everything that you have all at one time, or are you spacing it out?
No, I'm spacing it out. I've got a set amount that I trade with. It's usually 2 Bitcoin on exchange at one time. The rest of it goes into the hardware wallet, and I deposit it's like a check every week.
I mean that 2 Bitcoin that you have on the exchange, are you dumping all that 2 Bitcoin into one buy order, or
sometimes
is that being spaced out?
Sometimes
so it depends,
I don't like getting into too many trades at one time, because literally, I'm sitting here all day watching, 2 screens, and I'm sitting here going, okay, if it hits here, if it hits this MACD, I'll pop it back out. I don't want to have to do that 4 or 5 times over. I've seen a lot of these stock guys do it with like 10 screens up. I can't do that, man. That's too much info at one time for me. I got other shit I got to do. I've got a kid to take care of. I got a business to run. So, but yeah, I'll get in like 1 or 2, and it's usually, like I said, it's been Neo lately. I've been in OMG, ADX, and a couple of Civic is another one. But I've traded those all successfully, by the way. Everything's been successful so far. I can show you my last trades. I've made 0.65 Bitcoin this week so far. Since I started trading Neo, I made 2.65 Bitcoin.
That's awesome, bro.
So
I don't want you to incriminate yourself, though. If the IRS ever asks, you can be like, "Yeah, I was lying on air, motherfucker. Prove it."
I lost it. I don't know what happened to it. So,
but that's
yeah,
awesome.
That's it.
One of my questions would be like, what exchange would you recommend for a noob and why? And what exchange would you recommend they avoid and why?
Bittrex 100%. They've got all the new coins. That seems to where everybody's migrating to. I'm trying to stay away from Poloniex because I didn't like their updated terms of service. They can literally close the lights and then you're screwed.
Yeah, you can't sue them.
Yeah, you can't do shit about it. So I love Bittrex. Their customer service is great. You can tweet to them. They actually tweet back at you. Yeah, they're great. I would stay only Bittrex because that's the only other platform I trade on. That's
all
it.
Right. Good. I'm with you. I would avoid Poloniex at all costs.
Yeah.
I got to make a video on Bittrex. I think I should make one soon. Unfortunately, the nightly show, it does take up a lot of my time, guys. I don't get much time to really make any tutorial videos. I'm still trying to make this video for John McAfee. I still have a couple videos on my to-do list. So I'm trying to figure out how to manage my time better. I even may eventually start making videos for Cointelegraph themselves if I have time. So time management right now is a killer. But I definitely want to recommend Bittrex. It's definitely my exchange of choice. The only thing I do want to make people aware of, though, is any of these exchanges can exit at any time due to regulation. They might not even want to leave. They may have to before they get shut down by the U.S. government or some agency string from. So we had Poloniex exit Washington. Bitfinex is like completely just said peace.
They're out of the U.S. now.
Yeah, they said peace, and now I have people messaging me all day asking where they can margin trade or loan coins out. So yeah, I don't know, man. So I'm worried that the money I have on Bittrex could disappear, but the money I have on there knowing that, and I think everybody should have that thought. Like anything I have on this exchange could disappear. It's
Absolutely
not a guarantee. Right. This is the Wild West, and it's as easy to rob one of these exchanges as it was for a guy on a horse with a 6-shooter to rob a bank back in the Wild West. It's very easy. Yep. There's no regulation. We don't have the securities yet. So we're still working on getting our blockchain marshals in order.
So what was this other exchange you were talking about that cost $20 a month?
Oh boy, that's Coinigy, and Coinigy is actually $15 a month if you pay for it all up front. And I highly recommend you do it. It's like $180 or something, like give or take, and you'll make most likely way more than that if you actually, like Brent said, do your due diligence, do your research, just read a fucking book. Stop. Like I love how people throw money into exchange and they listen to one YouTuber and they lose money or make money and they thank the YouTuber. Like I don't care if you win money or lose money. It's not the fucking YouTuber, dude. It's you.
Right.
It's the market.
Yeah. I did that too, man. I got on here and I started watching every YouTube video I could. Anybody, and I started with Craig Grant and Trayvon, and I was like, man, those guys never looked good from the get. But yeah, anyway, so I started there too, man. I was searching YouTube for everything, man. If I could soak up that info, if it could make me a better trader, if it could make me $1 more, that's what I was doing for 3 solid months. Just put in the time, do the work, learn your shit, then invest.
There's a problem with that, though. People just want the scapegoat.
Yeah.
People want the scapegoat. So I'll use him as an example. Trevon will make calls every day. He'll say, buy this, buy that. If you make enough, you're bound to be right. You know what I mean? A broken clock's right twice a day. And people will sit there and say, thank you for helping me make money. Here's a donation. And then they'll go the next day, man, you made me lose money on that call. It's your fault. So they love having somebody to thank and somebody to blame because it relieves them of the personal responsibility emotionally from the money that they're investing in. I don't understand that. I think that that's very weak-minded mentality, but people
Absolutely.
will steady follow that. Even if they lose money, as long as they make money once or twice and they lose money once or twice, they'll keep coming to these YouTubers for the advice to do what they say. And I believe today, Trevon even intentionally pumped a coin on purpose that he openly admitted buying a ton of before he announced that he bought it to pump it over 100%. You know, he did it. It worked. But he did this out in the open. So this is sort of like a con man knocking on your door and saying, knock, knock, knock. Yes, I am a con man. Would you like to buy the thing for me? And you go, yeah, for sure, bro. You're a con man. You must know what the fuck you're doing. You're wearing a gold chain.
Yeah, I agree completely, man. Those guys are absolutely crazy. They're ripping off the people who don't know better, unfortunately. I was there too, but I figured it out pretty quickly. I never invested in any of that shit that they were promoting, thank God. But the poor guys who do, you know, and then they'll argue to death with you about how right they are and how it's making them money, and you know, you're such a liar. It's been up for a year. It's doing this. They're transparent. No, they're not. They're not. Eventually, it's going to run out, and it's going to hurt a lot of people, and then there's going to be a whole lot of people doing a whole lot more new scams when those things are gone. And Trevon and Craig go right back to picking up the newest scam, whatever it is, and there you go. And then their circle of shit keeps going. So.
And that's the thing people are attracted to. Shit.
Yeah,
like
easy money.
Insane.
Yeah, they want easy money. They don't care how they get it, who it hurts. You know, eventually if you're going to get screwed out of it or not. But you know, that's the mentality of a lot of Americans these days, though.
You know what? Luckily, we have people out there like Adam Meister. Shout out to that guy who really doesn't even know it, but combats that mentality. Maybe he does know it, but he combats that mentality. So I'm happy there's somebody out there like him that is doing his thing.
Yeah, Adam's a good guy. He speaks a lot of truth. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people do, though. You know, and I'm one of them. I like Adam. I like, you know, Tone Vase and all of them crew. Tone Vase is, you know, you got to respect the people who have been in this long enough and who have done their work. I would take 10 Tone Vase over 1 million Craig Grants and Trayvon schemes any day of the week. You know, these are the people I listen to. The people who have been in the trenches, been through the markets. They know what's going on. If you invest your time into it, you'll make money. If you do the right thing.
So, John, you check out that Coinigy?
I'm trying to find it. I don't know if I'm on it. Is it coinigy.ph?
Coinigy.com. Hold on.
Yeah, I was like, bro, there's probably a clone site out there just waiting for you to send them Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Coinigy.com.
That's why I don't want to do it.
COINIGY.com. Yeah.
Yeah, you were on a scam
AGY,
site, bro.
oh, yeah.
Get that added
I know.
to that bad Bitcoin list, bro.
Get off the site quick. You're going to get a virus.
I gotta set this thing up so I don't get any more viruses ever. Like,
I want to see that.
Ever.
I
gotta make time
interested.
for this. You know what I might have
Me
to do?
too.
I might have to cancel one of my nightly shows for like Friday night or something so I can dedicate the after work hours to making this video because I have to make it and I cannot get the time. I cannot. So Friday night, there's a chance we might not go live, guys. Stay tuned. Tomorrow, I'll let you know for sure.
Do it.
All right, I found the Coinigy. It says that there's a free trial on there. Do you know anything about the free trial?
I did
30-day free trial.
It's worth it.
Absolutely. Do it.
It's a free fucking trial. They don't even ask you to link your credit card.
Yeah.
They just basically won't let you log back in until you pay for it. If you want to use a different email address and shit,
Right.
you could probably keep doing it.
And is this that thing that had like oh yeah, it says trade with the most popular exchanges. So you could like if one exchange. So if one exchange had Bitcoin for a lower price, you could buy it on there and then switch over to another exchange and sell it for
Absolutely, yeah. They have the API keys, which once you have an account there, you can take the API key from whatever exchange you're in, import it into Coinigy, and you can do all of your trading right from Coinigy if you want. I don't do that, though, because I've got a friend that's actually gone and done that several times, and the buys weren't hitting on the right notes or the right drops, neither were the sells. And it's happened 2 or 3 times to him, he says. So I don't fully trust it.
I saw an interview with, I believe, the CEO of Coinigy. I may be wrong about who it was, but it was definitely a rep. and they were mentioning about this, and that is because exchanges do not allow for real-time API communication yet. And they are working on that. But I believe that's in favor of the exchange because they want you to use their exchange, not a plugin. So I could see that, but eventually these exchanges are going to want that plugin because it's worth it. All those bells and whistles that are on Coinigy, yo, it's dope, dude. It is
the coolest thing ever. Yeah.
It looks so... I mean, $15 a month if you pay for it up front. I mean, you're going to make more than $15 a month if you put at least $15 into it.
Yeah. And that's the one thing I trade off of, man. That's the only thing I've got up other than the exchange when I do my trades. So, that and crypto and the market cap.
I don't have a fucking Coinigy affiliate link, and I'm sitting here hyping them.
You need one.
They should pay me.
They should. Get a few a week.
I'm like, I got like 10 viewers. They ain't paying me for shit.
All in due time.
So, what kind of advice would you give somebody who is trying to start trading today? We're like, today is the day. They're like, all right, I looked into Bitcoin. I kind of understand what's up. Maybe let us know, like, what cryptos do you think right now are best for shorting and to gain more Bitcoin? Because that is the end game for most people, is to use altcoins to get a bigger Bitcoin pot.
Absolutely. First of all, don't do any trades until you're ready to make trades. And I mean that. You're going to lose money, okay? If you're absolutely ready to make your first trade, okay, you want to start looking at the things with the biggest volume. It doesn't really matter much about what coin it is, and I know that's kind of a voodoo land right there, but as long as the coin has a shit ton of volume, like it's in the top 5, like not even top 10, top 5 on any exchange, those are the coins you want to target. And then you want to figure out from that point, you want to figure out, does the coin have a purpose? Does it suit things? I mean, does the website look good? Is their white paper good? Who's behind the team? You got to start looking at these things before you make any of those trades, because you could get stuck with. I've been stuck. I've gotten a couple of them. I've been stuck with like DGB, BitShares, things like that. But trade with volume. If you can use your indicators, start making small trades at first until you get comfortable. And then you can start throwing in thousands. And then when you get those 1,000 returns, when you start pumping in $10,000 into a coin, pulling it out a minute later and making that 0.2 Bitcoin or that 0.1, you just sit back and go, okay, I'm done for the day. That's it. And then you're happy. So that's where I would start. Yeah.
Making 0.1 Bitcoin a day trading. I don't care if it took me 8 hours or 8 minutes. I want to make that a thing.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. It could be 8 minutes, or it could be the whole fucking day. Or you could wake up tomorrow and go, okay, finally it went through. So.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Maybe when I save up some more, get my Bitcoin pot exactly where I want it, I can take one Bitcoin and start trading again. I got burnt on that Ripple, that whole Ripple fucking gate with Poloniex. That burnt me really bad. I lost like a whole Bitcoin in that when it went down, man. I had a sell order in, I had a buy order in. I ended up buying and selling at the wrong points. I didn't have a stop loss. It was just a nightmare. It was really bad. So I stopped using Poloniex at that point. That's when I left. I think it was in April. Actually, I think it was like April 20th. I was all stoned, and I was like, you know what? Fuck Poloniex, man. I was actually trying to short Potcoin that day, too. And they were being all laggy and wouldn't let me hit my sells on Potcoin.
That's some of the reasons I don't like doing that. And then they got messed up with the margin trading stuff. When their sites go down, those margin trades get called, and people are throwing up shit fits. I mean, that's broke. Yeah, you don't margin trade ever. That's one never ever margin trade. Just don't.
That's probably the best advice we'll give all night.
Yeah.
John, any wrap up questions?
Yeah, I signed up for the free trial. Do you have any idea how long it lasts? Because I haven't seen it yet.
30 days. 30 days.
30 days? Sweet.
Yep.
I got plenty of time to use this. And
in 30, you should do a video, John. Do it. Do a video tonight or tomorrow on it, and put like 0.01 in and try to make it into 0.02, and show people how that service works. Because I think you're gonna fall in love with it, man. I really do.
Yeah, I might do that. So far, I like the interface. But there's like a little thing that it wants me to read, but I don't want to do that while we're talking right now, so I'm going to wait until we get off the live stream, and then I'm going to do all this reading on here.
John, message me, man, if you need help setting it up, like your indicators and stuff, just give me a shout, brother. I'll be happy to help.
You know,
All
Brent,
right.
I'm hitting you
Yeah.
up for that. Might be after I make this video. This is a priority. But I had a comment in this comments below asking me what books do I recommend. So I have an autographed copy. Well, this isn't my autographed one's up there. Of The Internet of Money by Andreas Antonopoulos. This is a book of his talks. This is the first. Get this book. Read this book. Do it. Second book, which is the first book, which is funny to say. The first book written about Bitcoin is What's the Deal with Bitcoins? And that's by Jack Tater. Definitely recommend reading that one as well. And then they have this guy here. I actually carry this with me in case people ask. Huh?
There's one more up above you.
Oh, that's a different one. Bitcoin for Dummies. So this is another book I got. I take this wherever I go in my laptop bag. So when people ask me about it and they are not getting it, I'm like, here, just read a page or two out of this. Just flip randomly and just read a page. And they're like, oh wow, okay, I'll look into that more.
Nice.
Anybody else? Any of you guys have any reading material that you recommend to people, or like places to get reading material if it isn't a book in particular?
Yeah, Arduino starter book. That's the only thing I've been doing. Microcontrollers. I haven't really looked into books or anything for Bitcoin. So I've been using the internet for that.
What internet though? What publication besides Cointelegraph? Of course.
The YouTube. And just I don't even pay attention to what news source is coming from. I just Google Bitcoin news or cryptocurrency news and just read.
Oh, you might want to
some
be
articles
careful
on
with
there.
that.
Yeah.
That could be fake news. A lot of that could be fake news, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, man. Spread a bunch of FUD, you know?
Yeah, dude, Bitcoin's dead. Everybody, sell your Bitcoin tonight. Just do it.
For the 150th time.
God, I want Bitcoin to go down so I can buy it. I just want somebody like fucking Mark Cuban to say we're in a bubble again. I'm like, yes, buying opportunity.
I'm rich.
Oh, man. And that's another thing I wanted to cover. I know we don't have much time. We're getting close to the end of the show. Brent, what are your thoughts on just looking at the charts versus looking at the news? So, like, if you follow a coin in their Decred, in their Slack talk, in their Twitter, on the Twitter, in the Facebook groups, if you put the work in, have you done any of that? Like, where you go and see, like, what they're talking in the Slack channel about, and then you're like, oh, shit, they're about to announce this? All right, and then you go ahead and buy it because you know that that news is going to create the signal that you're looking for on the charts. Or do you just forget all the news and just wait for it to create the signal on the chart?
I'm a big news fan. I like following, especially if it's something I'm heavily invested in. Absolutely, I'm in there. I'm wherever they're at, I'm at. If they've got news that's about to be dropped, great. Okay, I'm ready with my buys, man. I mean, anything that can give you an edge to get in before the guy before you or the guy after you, yeah, I'm all for it, man. So what their Slack, their Twitter, you know, their website, if they make special boards, you know, like on Reddit, you know, I'm there. Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, let's go ahead and pick our winner. We did that, right, babe?
Yeah, we hit.
Woohoo! All right, cool. Let's pick the winner of our 0.1 Litecoin. Only one can win. Out of 49 potential users, I think that is the closest I've ever gotten to all 50 people who hit thumbs up. Yay. And the winner is John Crothers. What, dude?
Oh, shit, I didn't even enter. Here's my Litecoin address.
Pay yourself.
Shit, man, I didn't even enter. Please contact me through email, thank you, with the craziest fucking email I have ever seen in my entire fucking life. What in God's name is that email address? So apparently your name's Roy, and then you had a slight stroke and managed to figure out the rest of the internet. Okay, I mean, I like it. The only thing that concerns me is that hotmail.nl. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a .com if it was the real Hotmail. Like, what's going on here?
It's probably NL, Netherlands.
So many red flags in this email address right now. All right, I'll send you an email. I will please. So funny. I love that email though. All right, so you win, Roy V, if that is your real name, otherwise known as Digicop 7 W 0R46er. at Hotmail. All right.
I wonder what his password looks like.
What his password looks like?
Yeah.
That's his private key, or a public address or something. I bet. He's like, I'm never gonna lose my private key. I made it my email address. I'm smart. John, Brent, in that order, any last words for our viewers tonight? Something to end the night on, something they should take away from the evening.
Yeah, never sell for a loss, and don't use private keys your email. And subscribe to my channel.
Yes, subscribe to Cryptotherapy. What is your what should people take away from this, Brent?
Start getting into trading. I know it's kind of like, not everybody's forte, but it's not as hard as you think if you're willing to do the work.
Yes, and only if you can afford to lose the money. Otherwise, buy
True.
and hold and don't do anything.
That's the smartest thing to do. Buy and hold.
Buy and hold. I'm serious, guys. Buy and hold is smart. But if
Yes.
you do have the time and you think you have the know-how and you're interested in trading, if it does become something you have a natural aptitude for, it may become something that's worth at least dipping a toe in. Put $1 in. If you can make it into $2, you probably could have made 200 into 400. That's math. Bitcoin's math, and math is everything. So we win. All right, guys. I want to say thank you to John Crothers, aka Cryptotherapy, Brent Simpson. Dude, thank you so much for the super chats and stuff, man. You're definitely always in the comments. I appreciate you making it to every show. That is awesome. Thank you for coming on the show to teach me and John and all the viewers how to basically go about shorting and stacking our crypto. I can't wait to try some of this out and actually put it in a real use case and maybe try to make a Coinigy video before Cryptotherapy. No, you got that. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to click subscribe and flick the alert bell right next to subscribe, and have yourself a day.
Bye.
Bye.